we are so pleased to have Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, join us this evening. Meghan is a philanthropist and outspoken advocate for women's empowerment, who has used her voice to support many global and local organizations. With her husband, Prince Harry, she is focused on Archwell, their new nonprofit organization building compassionate communities online and off to serve our collective well-being. Thank you so much for joining us, Meghan.
Well, hi, everybody. This is exciting. I mean, I'm really thrilled that you asked me to be a part of this. And I think this is such an exceptional time. So happy to be here for my friend Michelle Obama's When We All Vote and to kick off the When All Women Vote couch party. I think, look, if we're looking at what's happening here and the work that you're doing at the United States of Women, it is fair to say that we are all very grateful for that work because we need it now really more than ever. So as I was thinking about this a little bit, I thought, when I think about voting and why this is so exceptionally important for all of us, I would frame it as we vote to honor those who came before us and to protect those who will come after us, because that's what community is all about. And that's specifically what this election is all about. You know, I think we're only 75 days away from Election Day. And that is so very close. And yet there's so much work to be done in that amount of time, because we all know what's at stake this year. I know it. I think all of you certainly know it. And if you're here on this fun event with us, then you are just as mobilized and energized to see the change that we all need and deserve. So I'm inspired to see all of the work that you're doing in your communities, as well as for your communities. As you just mentioned earlier, you know, this week we are recognizing the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which of course gave women the right to vote, but not all women, and specifically not women of color. And as we look at things today, though it had taken decades longer for women of color to get the right to vote, even today we are watching so many women in different communities who are marginalized, still struggling to see that right come to fruition. And that is, it's just simply not okay. And when we look at the attempts of voter suppression and what that's doing, it's all the more reason we need each of you to be out there supporting each other, to understand that this fight is worth fighting. And we all have to be out there mobilizing to have our voices heard. So, you know, it's interesting. I think we are obviously faced with a lot of problems in our world right now, both in the physical world and in the digital world. But we can and must do everything we can to ensure all women have their voices heard. Because at this juncture, if we aren't part of the solution, we are part of the problem. If you aren't going out there and voting, then you're complicit. If you are complacent, you're complicit. And I think when we are looking at all the different ways that we can engage, we can support one another, it doesn't necessarily matter what the issue is that speaks to your heart. Maybe it's the environment, maybe it's the rights of women, maybe it's the rights of children, maybe it's healthcare, whatever it is, we can make the difference in this election, and we will make the difference in this election. You know, as I continue to think about the rest of this day and all the amazing work you're going to be doing, texting eligible voters, making sure that they are registered, making sure that they can have the impact that we all need and really want, then I think it's an exciting day, because it is the countdown to the change that we would all like to see for the better for our country, and watching all of you do your part in whatever way to just encourage each other to have your voices heard. So I appreciate the work you're doing. I thank you so much. You know, in the fraught moment right now that we find our nation, exercising your right to vote isn't simply being part of a solution, it's being part of a legacy. So thank you for being part of that legacy with us. Take good care of yourselves and of each other. And I can't wait to see what we can all accomplish together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meghan, for joining us and for your tireless advocacy on behalf of women all over the world. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is fantastic. Well done, guys.
Well, hello and welcome back, and what a fantastic update this is. We've heard it straight from the Duchess of Sussex, who has encouraged people to just go out and not be complacent and to take part in their nation's elections. And I think that is a lesson that can be applied across the board for all of, my listeners right now who even may not be Americans, but, wherever you are, it's always wonderful to take part in any civic participation. It is absolutely necessary. So I like one thing about the organization, Who We Are. They say on their website that they are a non-profit, non-partisan organization that is on a mission to increase participation in every election and close the race and age voting gap. So they do change the culture around voting and harness grassroots energy, and through strategic partnerships reach every American. So it was launched by a few people, among whom are Michelle Obama, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Janelle Monáe, Chris Paul, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw. And they say that in the months directly before 2018 midterm elections, when we all vote, organized 2,500 local voter registration events across the country, engaged 200 million Americans online about the significance of voting, and texted nearly 4 million voters the resources to register and get out to vote. So it is great to know that the Duchess of Sussex is so diligent in her passion, especially as you can see here, her focus is on women and how they talked about the 19th Amendment and how initially when it was implemented, it didn't really cover women of color, and how far the nation of the United States of America has come. It is great to see, and it is wonderful to see these women on the forefront spearheading these efforts to encourage women to get out and shape the world with compassion. And also she did touch again on changing the culture around, the digital world online and people being more responsible in that regard. So that is wonderful. Loved sharing this with you. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. If you liked this update, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe. And I would love to see you here again, so be sure to click that bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you for watching this. I love you all. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. Absolutely the best. I love you so very much from the bottom of my heart. And have a wonderful day wherever you are. And I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.